Hi. I was trying to go live just now and I couldn't get the camera to go. The camera was facing the wrong way. So I had to flip it. I was like, oh dear, okay, I'm trying to, but all you could see was my duvet. Sorry, people. I didn't know how to turn the bloody thing around once it went live. So I had to end the live. Anyway, it's just gone 2 a.m. here and I'm wide awake. Not sleeping. Hi. Thank you. I haven't been able to sleep much. I haven't slept yet actually because of the energies coming in. We had another big blast, I could tell, that hit the planet today. Wow. So that was it. I'm wide awake. I just put the light on. I gave up trying to sleep and made some tea. And I thought I'll check in and everybody, see how everyone's doing because depending how you're handling the energies and how you're managing yourselves, and maybe someone's got questions or anything. Who knows? I don't even know what heading I've got on this video. Haven't a clue. So I don't even know what the live says. So I thought I'd come in and say hello. Hi, how are you? Thank you. I saw you recommended me the other day on your live. Lovely to see you too. Yeah, I haven't seen your lives for a bit. I missed your sunrises, but depends when I'm online too. Actually, there must have been quite a decent sized blast that came in because my Wi-Fi went down for a bit. So I lost Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi dropped off. I heard my ears ringing. I could feel the energies and everything else. And then the windows came in. We had this hell of a wind. So I thought, okay, oopsie. We definitely, this came through our protective layer and it has whacked us. So I'm here, wide awake, not sleeping. Looks like one of those evenings where I'll probably go to bed like sort of early hours or maybe 4 a.m. or something. So I got some mint tea. So I thought, how are you doing, anybody? How are you guys managing? Let me know how you're managing out there. Are you sleeping? What's happening with you? Yes. Yeah, honey. Okay. Okay, yeah, I know. It's very heavy energy. Yeah, absolutely. It is, depending on how you've adapted to it. What I find easy to adapt is actually to say, like, thank you, wow, thanks for the energy, thanks for the upgrades, my body's holding the most light, frequency, vibration. And you tell, because your cells are intelligent. I got to go into that whole thing. I was going to make a short one. When our scientists actually get around to being able to see multidimensional, they will realize, because what they've done now is discovered we're made up of trillions of cells. And all they can see is like, okay, that's energy. They don't think it's anything. They think it's just energy, frequencies making up. It's not actually any matter. And inside there's hollow. So as far as they can see, they're telling us, oh, it's just black inside. It's hollow. That's all they can see. I can tell you something. Wait, I'll make a video and they can go back and say, oh, that old lady was right. Yep. What they will discover is that is the multidimensional. That is the consciousness. That is where your penal, that's why you've got this eye that looks inside. There's no, eye on the inside of you. What are you communicating with? Your cells. Your cells don't need your help. They can heal themselves. It's a smart body. You can talk to your cells. They listen, whatever. They can heal themselves. It's just us with our beliefs that stop our bodies from instantly healing, doing anything, because we have these beliefs that we can't do. As we raise in consciousness, we can do what the hell we want because we create everything. So we'll get that. It's just a matter of dropping all of those beliefs, all of those things that we think and believe and limits, and that everything's limited and everything. That'll come. But science one day will find out I'm correct. That inside, same with those black holes, they reckon there's no black. That's a multidimensional. That's a portal. That's energy. That's what happens when you so-called, that's a whole, I don't even go into that whole thing. Depends where you are on the thing. You're not even really here. You're projected here. Most of you aren't here. Well, never mind. So this, whether it's in the Maya, you take a physical form. It's energy which is vibrating, that's what they say, in such a form that it becomes a physical body, right? But let's say, while we're in the Maya, we've got a body and all that, and they don't even believe in any of this at the moment. Science will get there. At the moment, science don't believe in any of this. But they will discover that your cells are conscious. You're communicating it. I say go within. Everything's within. Your light, everything. Your cells are conscious. That's the multidimensional, is inside. That what they say is hollow, the black, they can see nothing. It's multidimensional. Your cells. Everything is inside because you are part of source, and that's what you're made up of. That's all you're made up of. So when you, this body, well, if you think it in the Maya, your body, you have a body and it disintegrates, whatever. But that part, that energy, that multidimensional, which I can't weigh, which is, I can't remember, 15 grams, that's it. That is absolutely conscious. That is multidimensional. And that's why they say you can talk to your cells. Your DNA is multidimensional. Same with that. They think it's junk. Well, that's not. That's multidimensional. That's why when you close your eyes, you use a pineal gland. There's nothing on the outside. You're not going there. All your information is coming from within. It's stored in your cells or your DNA. Anyway, never mind. Science shall prove me right. I put my panties on that one. My intuition, whatever comes through, I believe what comes through. This knowing comes to you. You just know it. And science will prove me right one day. Yeah. Oh well. They'll find it, whether they have it when they start being able to have that sensitive equipment that they can see the multidimensional. They will see it. Anyway, so how is everybody? Okay, you're struggling. Yeah. What I find, and you listen to Abraham Hicks as well, you'll see your emotions are, so when you're feeling negative emotion, you're not in alignment with the soul, source aspect, the energy, the true, out of the body, out of the Maya, that divine aspect. We're not in line with that. So we have resistance, any sort of thing that we're going through healing, resistance, nonsense. Well, it's our mind. We got most of it. It's actually just our mind and our thoughts and our beliefs. We got a huge amount of work to change, but it's step by step. Actually, so as you do more and more, you'll keep going, and we got to try and do whatever, however. It's difficult. There's not one fits all because everyone's at a different level. You see. So you can't really tell people because depending on where you are and how much you've got to let go of and how much, whatever you've got to do. So it's going to be different for everybody. And your guidance will be different for everybody. What you're going to feel guided to do. So the best is to follow that. Besides, obviously, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. If you feel you need the rest, take the time for yourself. Rest. Eat well, drink, exercise. If you need to rest, have compassion and love for yourself too. Don't beat yourself up. If you're feeling shitty, so what? Let it, allow it. Don't try and suppress it because it doesn't help either. Resistance to suppressing things don't work either. So, and then you just slowly try and distract yourself, You slowly start thinking of something else that's not, getting you down. Because don't try and get too deep in a down hole and feels... Because that energy, it just sucks you down. Try and find something then neutral to be thankful about. And you can start picking up your frequency and vibration. Oh, notice that. Oh, I love nature. Or look at the flower. Oh, I love flowers. So distract yourself from whatever's getting you. And say, if you like birds, flowers, focus on that and try and, raise your frequency and vibration on about being gratitude. Write down a whole list of all the things you're grateful for. Your family, your mother, your cousin, your friends. You have food, who knows, anything. You'll be surprised when you start writing it. It's pages. So do you know how the birthday, if that tells us our souls, I don't know what you're trying to get on about the birthday. Have I cheated? I have no clue what cheated is. What I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you mean by that. So if you want, have I cheated since I started this birthday? No. You'll have to go into a bit more specific. I don't know what you're trying is what that means or what. I haven't a clue what you're trying to say there. What brought me to this journey? Oh wow, she was to heal myself. Actually, I was in an extremely bad way. Physically, emotionally, mentally, I was in a very, very bad way. Wow. And I wanted to leave the planet. And I was actually going to leave the planet. I was on my way out of the planet. Little did I know, on that timeline, I was going to not live long. So I jumped timelines there, but I wasn't going to live long. And I was quite happy with that. I was quite happy to exit. I started healing. I was in a bad way. That's how I started the journey. Someone says, I wouldn't believe anything. There's so much out here on social media that you've got to be very careful what you believe. Only believe what comes within. You are not going to get anywhere if you don't go within and start doing this yourself. You will not go anywhere, people. Yeah, sorry, Billy. Otherwise, I'm not that fast trying to catch up with people's comments, and I miss comments. So if I miss your comment and you really want something answered, just comment again. Sorry, because it doesn't show me many comments. I only get to see a few, and then they go past quickly. Yeah, I was extremely in a bad way. I had a lot of damage, physically, emotionally, everything. So I was trying to heal mainly the brain, and I saw a Stanford University lecture on transcendental meditation and how it healed the brain and PTSD and da. So I was doing all this to heal the brain. So I was drinking silica water, trying to detox the brain, starting to exercise, walk, trying to get my balance, trying to, my health, my physical. I was trying to heal, so I wouldn't end up in a care home. I was basically, otherwise I'd look like I was going to need care. So I was like, no ways we doing this. I'm not going to, I just didn't want to do that. No, I'm not doing this. I'm going to be off the planet, but I'm not doing that. I'm not going to live like that, where I can't do anything. I couldn't take care of myself. I couldn't work. So that's what happened. I started doing that, and next minute, voing, I had a Kundalini awakening. I almost shot through my roof. That's how I woke up. And they say that's so you can work up when you're at your lowest, when you're like so past it. I was so over life. I was like, that's it. I've had it. I'm out of here. That's how I did mine. I got to the lowest of the low. Literally. Yeah. Very, very, very. Nope. You've got to do the inner work. A lot of people think they can choose, I'm not coming back. You've got to do the inner work. You've got to graduate Earth School. And you want to come back. You see, you don't realize. That's when I say do your work. Because when you do your work and you work your way enough up, seek to get to the highest level of consciousness. You won't be asking any of those questions. You'll know you're the one who can't wait to get here. And as a soul, you don't think you're in the Maya now. You're in this dream. When you leave, as let's say exit the body, or you say leave, you don't have any of this paranoia nonsense, and your life is perfect. And you look back and you think, wow, I did. It's perfect, and you can't wait to come back. You will be back. Until you learn. So the only way out is going within, learning why you came here. We came here to master energy, to go back, to raise enough that we don't need out of the physical body, basically, where humanity is, and that's going to take a long time for humanity to get there. So you can choose, like the Buddhists, you can then reach enlightenment and the whole know who you to the highest level, and then you can actually leave. That's when they have control and they actually leave the physical. They're able to leave the physical body and physically manifest instantly. Then you've learned how to master energy, and you won't have to come back to the planet. You know what I mean? But not everyone chooses that. So a lot of people they fear. That's just nonsense. You're not a prisoner. There is no prison. You are not in a prison. You are not a victim at all. And you will only learn this when you decide to go within and start raising your consciousness. Consciously choose the enlightenment, that path. Work on it. And then everything you will know. You won't have to ask anybody anything. You don't need to. It's all within. You don't need to ask anybody anything. Anything you want to know, you'll see for yourself as you go up. As you work on yourself. And you will not have to ever worry, because you know you are in charge of your life. And you can manifest what you want. Try Abraham Hicks. Start with that one. Start doing that. Anyone in the beginning, start doing Abraham Hicks at least. So you can enjoy life. You came here. You're choosing to do this. We chose these physical so-called bodies a long time ago. And anybody that still wants to get out, niggas, it just aren't high enough. I haven't woken up enough yet. then they wouldn't be worried. They know there's no prison. There's none of this thing. You're not a trap. You're not a victim. You'd know exactly. So it's just that they haven't risen enough in consciousness. They don't know. See, that's why. Meditation, learning all of them. I shared enough of it. Start your transcendental, Abraham's amazing. Start your transcendental meditation. This is why the Buddhist chants is to quieten the mind. The whole idea is to get as much as possible the mind, to stop your thoughts and to keep them as much as possible, no thinking. So you're staying in a place out of thought. You think it's easy, it's not. So transcendental meditation, I've shared a video on my YouTube already with the links to help you. Free, tells you how to do it. Listen very carefully and follow exactly what he says. And there's things, music to help you in the beginning, initially to focus, to do that. And then start reading. Stop following any gossip, worrying what's going on the outside, worrying about happening truth movement, any of this nonsense. It's not you. And you realize when you wake up, you don't need to anyway. It's not relevant. So you follow that, start working on yourself, start doing that, and learn as well. So if you truly seek something, that's what I say. People that really, otherwise it's not going to happen. It's your intent. The universe, you can't kid the universe. You can kid a human, but you can't kid the universe. So it knows if you truly intend, what your actual intentions are. You see, and you will get it. Seek, ask, and it will be given to you. And you're really seeking it, that right information. You will come across teachers. You'll come across this video, that thing about, whatever you need to learn about this path. Buddha's teacher, there's yogis, there's Buddhas, there's all kinds of people, the right people at the right thing. You've got to work your way up. Come to you. That's it. It will come to you. If you really seek it, and when your intentions are there, it will come. Absolutely. You've got to sit in that path, and it depends how much you want it. Your heart, and that's all. And where you are on your journey as I don't know. Can't comment, yeah. Every soul's different. You can join me on my live then. You can ask me questions. See? You're welcome. You can join me on my live and you can ask me a question with pleasure. In line with this, not random. Otherwise, I used to get them as random people just want to, I don't know why. They just come on and just not even talk. Then it's no, point. People that want to ask questions on this, absolutely. I've got lots of videos on YouTube for you as well, stuff that came through. I've been on my journey. So we all start somewhere. Boy, I had to work through my darkness. You could see my old videos on my old things. Very different. I had lots of shadows and darkness to work through. And still, egos, layers of the stuff. I see it. I often catch it. Because what you see in someone, I see them, I don't know me. And I think, ooh. Because if I can see it in them, it's in me. I'm like, okay, I better clean that one up. All right. You're constantly doing inner work and cleaning stuff up. Or if you want to, self-improve. You decide, I don't want to be that anymore. You just want to decide what you want to be. What characteristics. Thank you. Yes, she had an eye injury. Yeah, that was my daughter. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. But you have to have that soul's permission to help them to heal anyway. I'm so glad. That is a great privilege for me. Thank you. I am very glad. That's the whole thing. I'm on here. I don't know who needs help. Everybody. That's how the game works. I'll get guided to share something. And I'll post it. And you'll see people, I needed to hear that today. You see, this is how Source works because we're all one family. We're all connected. So Source uses us each. We all interact with each other for reasons. You see, I'll find my thing from somebody else. You'll find what you need to. That's how it works. It's beautiful. There's no accident. It's so beautiful. It's divine grace. I will find things and post things, and other people will say, wow, I needed to hear that. I need a message or something's coming, I get from someone else. This is why we have other people. Otherwise you will be in the game by yourself. Interactive, because we pass on help and lessons and we reflect like mirrors to each other. So if you find someone that's in your path and you can't, you know they're in your path because you've got a frequency, something that you are holding in you is a match to them. So if you don't like something about them, you're gonna be like, oh, oopsie, there's something in me, that we share here. If I don't like it, I must remove it. I can decide I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want to hold that frequency and vibration. Say it's jealousy, it's arrogance, or it's judgment, or it's something. But I also learned when you try and drop it, it gets a little bit worse before you overcome it. It's like a test. So you decide, now I want to quit. I want to not do judgment, or I want to whatever it is, right? You don't want to be that anymore. You want to be a better person. So you're choosing to be unconditional love, all these things. Ooh, you will find that thing will plague you for about 2 weeks. It's like your breakthrough. It's almost like a test to see, okay, you're really going to, if you've got the willpower to like fight, to say bugger it. It'll be like, keep trying to, it'll keep coming up. Then you got to like, no. And just state what you want to be. That's why they say, be careful what you say, I am. Everything you put after I am is what you will be. Because you are claiming, I am this, and you are a creator, and you shall be that. So don't say, I am anything negative. You see, I am love, I am peace, I am calm. What do you want to be? Say it 3 times. I am calm, I am calm. I made a video on YouTube about that to help people. You can feel the different frequencies of the different words. So choose what you want to be and feel in your life. And do a little affirmation prayer thing like this every day, because it's retraining the mind. Just 30 days. And you'll see you'll become that. And you keep doing it. Within 30 days, after 30 days, you will feel all those things. You'll feel calm, happy, peace, constantly. Because that mind is tricking the mind. So you will start being that. So whatever you want to be, you've got to have the discipline to sit there. I am this. I am light. I am happiness. I am peace. I am joy. I am freedom. Every day. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it. Until you become that. And then the mind is already trained. But then you've got to watch. You don't go off, because then it'll start again. Then you've got to keep doing it. Then you've got to keep that. And I've got a video demonstrating this sort of thing. So, and you'll change, you'll be guided to say different things, say what you wish to be. You will hold those in those frequencies and vibrations. But anyway, we try not to attach to too much. It's the mind, mainly. If you can, and this is why they chant it and do all these things, and singing and chanting and praising and anything, or listen to music. The most distracting thing, social media, is very difficult for us, because it makes the mind very busy. Your concentration thing is so short, because it's constant short things, like especially TikTok and videos and movies. And you don't realize it affects you. Even if you're scrolling, you got to watch what you scroll, because you're taking in that information and things, and it's negative on the brain. It's also training the brain to be constantly busy and occupied. So the mind is to quieten the mind. So try not to use it when you're on this journey. You basically listen to meditation, music, things that are on this journey. Otherwise, don't listen to anything. Don't do it. Go for walks where you can sit in quiet, meditate, even if you take 10 minutes of affirmations or thanks or pray or do your things many times. So learn to quieten the mind when you walk as well. Try and walk in that state. But it takes work, and it takes you commitment, it takes you at it, and you keep doing it, and you will see the results. But you got to, all these things. And the more you intend and do it, the more will be given to you. And so it's really intention, your pure intent, and what you focus on is what you get, actually. Your purpose is to experience life. Everyone thinks they've got a divine purpose. It'll come to you in the right time. Your purpose is right doing what you're doing now. There's no accident in anything. Where you're meant to be is exactly where you're meant to be, not meant to be. So it's not, everyone thinks they've got some purpose. I've got to come here to do a mission. That's absolute. You come here. That's it. You decide. It's why you have free will. Every minute you change your mind, you can change what you're going to be. You can change directory. There is no contract. This is human thinking. You've got to sign a contract and you come here and you've got to do this. No, that's humans again. That's a human thing, that you're limited or whatever else. You came here, if you came here already, obviously in with law of attraction, or what people call karma, because you've got to work that out, because you're still holding it, and you can choose as well to let anything go. Everything's a choice. You're attached to that energy before or now, whenever, nonsense. You've got to get rid of all that crap, and when the slate's clean, you decide. Like I said, enough. Now you can decide anything. I don't want that anymore. I'm going to be this. You decide who you want to be. It's more how you want to be. So you've got to embody those emotions, feelings, peace, calm, love, happiness, kindness, compassion, As I just said, you choose those. But your purpose is to live, actually. Experience life. We came here to experience. So you choose. And you will just choose anyway. And you're meant to go somewhere else. You'll be guided there. Don't worry. If you don't want to move, it will happen if you like it or not. It happens. See. It does happen. But no, some people think they've got this certain purpose. If you've got a purpose, you'll have it. Sometimes it's love. It's a theme. It's not something, I've got to do a job. This is human. It's not doing. You came here to be. You're being. You are playing a human. You're being human, actually. They've got it wrong. They say human being. You're not human being. You are being human. This is a game we kind of play as an eternal being, right? You are being human at the moment. You chose it for a reason. So it's to get over this. You've been here thousands of years, some of us, see? So it's not a quick game, but yeah, it's to reach that stage of highest consciousness enlightenment, yeah. Being, that's what we are being human. And you came to experience, so in your life you'll see there's a theme. Whether it's love, whether it's survival, whatever it is, you've got to learn all these skills, different things you come here to play in this game. Earth game is different to other games and other planets and other beings. It's a totally different environment. So if you're on another planet being another species, another being or alien, they have a very different perspective, different life, different everything to being human. This is a whole different ball game, Earth. Each one is unique, otherwise there'll be no point, there'll be no difference. So each planet, each species, being, other beings, their game, their planets, and the way they live and everything is very different to us. Even the way they think. That's it. That's the point. Thank you. No, I don't do. There's many people that do it well. There's plenty of people that do life regressions. No. I was thinking about doing the courses and actually doing it to help people with trauma. A couple of things like that. And then to do, because that's really, it also works with PTSD, but they regress people. There's different ones you can do. So I want to do a couple of them. And depending on the person, yeah. So you can do healing and clearing and clear trauma. This is a great one to do healing. If you go to regression with intention to heal, good luck. You'll do well. Very wise decision not to go and see what you were, because it doesn't matter what you were in a past life. You were so many things. You've been around since the beginning of time because you're part of the source. There is no beginning and no time. We've been around, who knows, billions of years. I mean, who knows? Ridiculously long time. That's all. Yeah. So, yeah, healing is great. For past life regression is fantastic to work on something if you intend to heal. And find out what is wrong or what's issues or whatever you need to sort out. A regression is good for that. Yeah. Very good. It's very good, actually. It does good for PTSD as well and things like that. It goes back to that time because you're going back under deep hypnosis. It takes you back to that to heal that. And then you also understand why, from a higher perspective, it happened, why you chose it. Depends. As I say, you've got to ask and seek. Whatever you're really asking and you're really seeking and you keep at it and you mean it with all your heart, you will get that. You will get it. You will. It'll be granted to you. Just don't quit. And keep at it. And it will be given. But you see, people think things are going to happen instantly. Sometimes it doesn't. See? You've got to make that effort. You've got to stay on that path and make that effort, you see. Otherwise, if it's just a flimsy thing, if it's sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot, it doesn't, yeah. So I say, you can't fool the universe, It doesn't work that way. Yeah. You can't heal someone, you can't force it on someone either. You have to ask their permission to do, if they want healing. They've got to ask for it, and they've got to really intend it, and you've got to ask all their guides, and if you can call everyone in, and then you can actually do a healing. And it'll work if they really want it. Seriously, no problem. You can heal whatever it is there. But they have to really want it and believe. If they don't believe, if they've got a bit of doubt and everything else, and okay, I'll let her do it, but I don't think it'll work, it won't work. Absolutely won't work. That person's going to be, please help me, or want healing. It will damn work. If they just step out the way and allow you to do whatever, and they have trust, they put their trust in the process, or in source, you, whoever they believe it, they have to be open to it. They'll get that healing, not a problem. Absolutely. But if that doubt is there or resistance, it doesn't work. You can do what you want, but it won't work. So it's not the healer, it's the person normally that's the problem. Yeah. Anyway. Anybody else got any questions? Any other questions? I missed anything? Any other questions? Yeah, it's sad, people. If people worked on themselves, they wouldn't have to follow half these movements. They wouldn't have to follow any other stuff. They wouldn't have to ask any questions, because they'll know it. It will come if you seek that information truly, and you do your meditations every day. You do that, it will come to you. Absolutely come to you. Because what you focus on, you keep focusing on it. But sometimes people have doubt and fears and all these things. This is what causes the problem. Oh, thank you. Much love to you too. You do that with intent, you can heal from trauma. Absolutely, you can heal from it. The brain can be rewired. Absolutely. It needs to be rewired and trained. That's what I say. So that's why a regression is very good, to go back to that and get rid of that, to do this meditation, to do your work, mind, body, and you've got to take care of all of you. See, mind, body, spirit. That's why it said that word, mind, body, spirit, basically. So you've got to start eating properly. You've got to get enough sleep. So you've got to correct that. Make sure you're getting all the nutrients, all the vitamins, all the things to support the body. Exercise. Okay. So you've got to do it. That's what I was doing. So I was eating extremely. I went organic. I was drinking the right water. I was taking the vitamin supplements. I started walking. I started the leg exercises, because they work for the brain. Okay. Leg and weights for the brain. And I started this transcendental meditation. That's it. I don't know. You got to ask. It's a weakness. It's an issue there. And it goes back. I can't remember what it goes back to. I can't remember. But if you ask and you seek in your meditation, you'll be shown exactly where the cause. Ask where it comes from. Ask to be shown the cause of that. And it might go back to you as a preschool, or who knows. It's amazing, especially if you're visual like me and you go back and you think, oh, holy shit, I don't remember that. You see yourself being bullied at school or something or whatever. Some of this stuff, it's amazing when it goes back to you and you're shown where it comes from. You're like, oh wow, okay, I don't need to hold on to that, right, let it go. It's work. You see, it's work. It's self-work. It's normally trauma, lack of self-worth, self-worth, because we got to please other people. We're not good enough, we're not deserving enough, because you were treated like you weren't, anyone special. You were like, so you put everyone first, and don't worry about me, I'm just a doormat. It's self-worth. So it comes back to childhood, comes back to, something like that. Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah. Got to sort that out, yeah. Takes discipline and inner work. It's the mind. It's just the mind. And that's why the meditation and these chanting and things is good, because it gets control over the mind. And that's why Abraham Hicks is good. You've got to do repetitive things. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a great one for retraining and programming the mind. Very good. Because it takes a couple of days to get out of negative thought patterns, and you've got to keep at it every day. It's like a parrot, to get that mind, change the script, change the story, what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And take the effort. You make the effort and ask for the help, it will be given to you. You really make the effort and you ask Source and you want to get healed or helped or whatever it is. You ask the universe. You surrender. Don't try and control. And have faith and know that you'll be taken care of. And ask, but you've got to mean it. And you will. You start doing your effort and it will come to you. I really mean it. Seriously mean it. Yeah. We just don't realize because we ask for this, we're in a negative mood and we focus on that. So we get that, what we don't want. And then we can't understand why we don't, Nope. Put all your focus in what you want. Okay, and mean it. And ask for that help. Ask for the guidance. Ask for the thing. No, not at all. Not at all. None of the negative nonsense exists. Not at all. You're not even angry. Your life is perfect, no matter how bad it was. Your life is perfect. Perfect. You are happy when you look back and you're like, wow. You see it from a higher perspective. You see your life was perfect. Trauma and all. Abuse, whatever, all. There was a divine reason and purpose for it. So there is no absolute not. You're happy as shit and you can't wait to come back. Because you know this is just a game and it's quickly over. You've been around billions of years. This is very short. Short. You chose to come here. Absolutely. Your belief. So Bashar, people I can recommend, depends on where you are. Bashar explains, and very clearly, a lot of people tell you the same thing. You create your reality. Your beliefs, your thoughts are so important. So what you believe is very important. What you believe is what will happen to you. You create it. I'm not joking. So don't think about anything you believe. If it's scary or negative, you're going to create that. So don't believe it then. Don't choose it because you're choosing. Oh, well, I believe that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that. And that's exactly what you will get. See, you actually get what you believe. Sounds strange, but there is no one truth. You actually create your own reality. And your reality, you think everyone's experiencing what you experience. Nope. Oh, no. It might not even be in the same parallel. You don't even, it's quite complicated. So, watch out. Choose your thoughts, your beliefs, value. Check out your belief system. Start journaling and writing it down. And you think, so what, you see, and start getting rid of things like what you're out there. Your hate towards other people. Your this towards, all these, and start getting rid of all those things. Start trying to clean you up and you'll see. See, how you see Earth, how you see everything, the world, is a reflection of you. What's inside you got to work on. See, the more you work on that, you see, the better you'll see. And you'd be wise to see it wisely because that's what you will get. You believe and see it. That's actually what you will get. That's the world you'll experience. Don't worry about anybody else. They can experience something totally different. But it's the world in the parallel you're going to experience because you're going to create it. So think of it your own movie and you're the star and the actors and everything in it. Pretty much. Hi. Yeah, it's energy. What we give out is what we get back, pretty much. So karma is a law of attraction too. Okay, so they say it was bad. It's not. It's not that you do something wrong. You put out that shit, right? It's an energy you're putting out. Everything with that same energy and frequency comes around. It's going to be drawn to you. See, so this is why they say you see, if you focus on it and believe things too, what you focus on is what focus, believe, it's all these things. You've got to start listening to people like that you're going to learn something. So then you don't have to, you won't be, life doesn't happen to you. You see, you start getting control then of things happening to you. Abraham Hicks is a good one to learn. Teaches you that, absolutely. But you've got to start somewhere. Starts, as I say, ask or seek. If you mean it, you will be guided to follow this one. And you'll find that video and that. You will be guided. As you need it, because you've got to start somewhere. Your soul knows what you need and how and when. For everybody, say source, not just soul, source. There's only one. You haven't got all separate souls. It's complicated. You will be guided. That's it. To what you need to see when and when. Individually. Yeah. Yeah, they will be there as well. Your family depends on you as you rise. Those versions of them you will find. You have no control over your family. That's a complete different soul on their own journey. You have no control over someone else's life. Absolutely none. But your life you do. You create it, right? Yeah, she's very good. So, wherever you are on your journey, there's many different parallels. It's universes or realities or timelines, right? Let's say, which are easy to explain. Yeah. So you work on yourself and you raise to a higher timeline, new earth or frequency, right? Your family, that versions of them, higher versions of them, same, you will interact with them. So you won't even notice the difference. You see? Unless obviously it's their time to go, and you have no control over that. That soul, every soul has to live their own journey. You cannot control somebody else's or try. And don't try because you take it upon yourself. You're interfering then. That is bringing shit. You don't interfere in someone to try and control someone else's path or life. It's absolutely up to them. They have their own, they don't need our help at all. They have the same source, the same person guiding them. It's free will choice, you see. That's it. That's it. They don't actually need it. It's your perception. The most important thing is you work on you. Then you'll understand exactly what to do, and you'll be a help to everybody and your family. But if you don't work on yourself and raise your own consciousness yourself, you can't help your family either, you see. You need to raise up. Then you can help others. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're able to help people. Your energy is powerful enough. You're holding more light and frequency, but you're able to have then more influence over others around you. So when you raise yours, what happens is they pick it up. They will rise. No joke. You hold that light and frequency, not by dictating and lecturing to them, but far from it. Your example. They'll be drawn to that. Because the more light and love you hold, it will draw. People want to be like it. I want to be like it. Oh, you see you happy, see you change, and they're watching it, and then you can see it. They'll follow your example. But if you try and shove it down and preach to them and push it, you'll push them away. Raise yours. Your life will change, and they will come to you. And your frequencies will be higher and stronger. It will overpower anyway. So it will have an impact on them. Because remember, our Taurus fields are quite big. Especially then, yours will be quite big. They will feel it. When they're close enough to you, they're going to feel that love and that source, that energy emanating from you. They're going to want to be around, you see. Whereas their weak, strong, dark energy won't have any impact on you. Because yours is higher, you see. And eventually, as I say, you can't interact. People won't even bump into you. They'll just disappear out your life. If your frequency is so much higher, different, they cannot. They won't resonate. They won't even, it's like they won't meet you. They won't find you. They won't find your videos. You're just not here for them. It'll be like you might as well be on a different planet. They'll vibrate out of your existence, pretty much. So, yeah. It's interesting, actually. You'll see that. And you will also, as you change, you'll see, you'll resonate with different beings as you clean up things in you, and you don't have that matching, that those other people are not in your existence anymore. You'll see you just don't resonate with them or their stuff or their content. You'll move on because you've now removed that or gone higher or cleaned up whatever that you had compatible. It was keeping you, in the same frequency or drawn to them. It's because you were sharing a frequency or vibration. But you change yours and you clean it up and you see, all of a sudden, wow, that you don't resonate with them anymore. Because now you've fixed whatever it was. Say it was judgment or ego or who knows, whatever, you know what I mean? It could be many things. You wouldn't even know. Suffering, trauma, fears, some shit you've got in common. You got to look for it there. And you know how you find it? By what you think of them. So if you find yourself judging someone, oh yeah, they're very, ooh, Then you go, oh dear, okay, oopsie, okay, I've got to get rid of that. What you see in them, then you find out, now you know what it is, you don't have to go hunting. Oh, she's very bitchy. Oh dear, oh, do I have that? Yeah. It's an eye-opening, like, oh shit, that's not very nice. I don't want to hang on to that. All right, let me get rid of that. You see? They're a mirror for you. It's bloody hilarious, actually. It's quite funny. I know you're like, I don't think I want to. And you got to take a good look, and you've also not got to judge yourself. Now that's interesting. So if you've done some shit in your life, you cannot sit and have guilt, shame, or judge on yourself as well, because your source does not have any guilt, shame, judgment on you at all. Not at all. You are the only one in a human, when you're playing human, have this guilt, shame, nonsense, and judgment, and any of these things. Everybody is all united, one consciousness. We're all one up there, out of the body. Here you think you're separate. Oh, I'm a little. No, you're not. There's only one being. There's only source, and that's it. You're all part of that same source energy when you leave the body. So nobody has hate and judgment or any of the shit between it. No, they're all united. There's all, there's no, that's it. You have your individual, but you all make up one mess. So you can't, everything that exists is source. So you can't even separate yourself from it, because in other words, you can't say you don't exist, because you do exist. It's, strange. There's only source, and that's it. Yeah. And it's a unified consciousness. That's a field. So everything, then they say everything's connected. The tree, that's how you really are. You can, but you're not going to tap into that if you think there's all these separate consciousness, me, my higher self, and that one's higher self. No. It's one source, one divine unified field of consciousness. You can tap in then to the unified consciousness. So then if you want to, you focus on the unified, you can tap into the water and become one with the water and its consciousness. You can tap into the collective chaos consciousness, and the rocks and the crystal on the planet, and talk to the sun, and whatever. Because if you realize all that is, it shares one consciousness, or the quantum field, or whatever you want to call it, string theory, That's it. Through your cells, you communicate. They're the ones that they call inner being, higher self. That's it. That is inside the energy. When they look at the microscope, inside the cells, that hollow black empty space. No, that is the multidimensional. That's why they can't see it. You've got a very clever, smart body you're inhabiting. But we follow all the nonsense, and then we read in the media, oh, the average age is this. And then, of course, we start aging because we believe that nonsense. We believe in illness. We believe all this, that this, if I eat that, is going to affect me. Your body has been around, all the cells, the organisms have been on the planet, your energy has been on since eternal. It's linked to source, so it's not like it's a problem. You are source, basically, that's it. You are. So it's us that have the problem. The mind and the brain, our beliefs, are the ones that stop us from healing, because the body doesn't need you. If you didn't interfere, the mind and the brain, oh no, I'm going to get sick. Oh no, I'm going to get that. Oh, I can't eat that because that will happen to me. Our beliefs, it's all that it is. Our beliefs are a problem. It's really interesting, yeah. You change all that, and if you had to get rid of all those and you truly didn't have any doubt, you would instantly heal. Because if you got something, we don't focus, oh, I am, you say the word and that's it. Now you're saying, well, you are ill, so that's it. And I can't get better because if I don't have that, or I have to eat this, or, all these things. It's amazing what we believe. We can, same with food. I thought about that. I thought, oh no, there's a healthy diet. You've got to eat this to be healthy. You've got to eat that. It's a lot of bollocks, actually. Isn't it interesting? We get told different things all the time. Before it was, you've got to eat that. It's a healthy diet. Now it's, oh no, this is the healthy diet. And no, you've got to have grains. And no, you mustn't do that. And no, you must have keto. But you go look at some tribes, right, that haven't got magazines and newspapers and nonsense and doctors trying to convince them of what's wrong with them and tell them they're sick. They live on honey. Like some people, that all day they'll go and have honey and water. This one, like the Maasai, blood, milk, and meat. Super fit, no cancer, no illnesses and nonsense like we've got at all. Isn't that interesting? See, it's just because we're not, as a West, you're focusing on what rubbish you've been told and what the doctors and things are telling us, because what they've been taught, really, it's the whole thing. Biology of belief is probably the most accurate truth ever. And that is now science as well. That your consciousness really determines everything. Your health, you're sick, you're not, like the placebo effect. And you can look at many different tribes. They don't have a balanced diet and the vegetables and fiber and this and that and, all this nonsense. We can't live. We have to have our vitamins. Yes, our food is, the Western food is chemicals. It isn't food. If you go to a supermarket and turn over the label, it's like, oh my good grief, it's disgusting. It's not food. It's chemicals. There's no food there. And our soil is, But your body is able to. Go and ask, people are communicating with other beings on other planets. Ask them what they're eating. Some of them don't eat. Some of them eat one thing. And they're fine. So our belief, biology of the belief, if you believe, if I don't eat like that, I'm not going to be healthy, well, that's what will happen. That is the most important thing, is our belief. It overrides everything. Your diet, your health, your weight, your everything. Your wealth, your prosperity, how long you're going to live, everything. All comes down to our belief and our consciousness. That is the king to everything. Anyway, we'll get there. You'll see science. I'll be long gone when they cop onto all this. They're getting there already, but when it's like mainstream and everyone knows it and doing it, it's probably 1,000 years or something. Before, there'll be no illness and no one will get sick, no one will die, nothing like that. No one will get cancer, any of that nonsense. You'll see. It's belief. If you believe something can harm you, like his power of you, the Wi-Fi can do this to me, that can do this to me, it will happen. You are only energy. You control your energy and consciousness. Science can tell you that your body is made of trillions. So, they'll tell you biology of belief, your consciousness determines your... So that's it. All you got to worry about is consciousness and energy. You control the mind, control the thoughts and what you believe. It controls the energy. And that's what will happen to you. What life you'll experience, your health, wealth, everything. How long you will live. How successful, how happy, how healthy, how thin, how anything you want. But if you think, oh no, that's it, because you see we fed all this nonsense. This is the right diet, and if you don't eat that, and Wi-Fi is going to make you sick, and this and that. I don't follow anything anymore, because I know it influences you without you even realizing. You take on energy and beliefs, because we're used to that. Best is not to listen to anything anymore, because your mind is not trained enough yet. It'll be easily influenced, and you'll take it on because you're so used to being fed this. Oh no, we live to 80, and this is that, and I'm getting old, and we've grown up, we've been taught, our media, we've listened to, our consciousness is there. So you definitely get influenced. So I try not to watch anything that is not empowering, that is not telling me you create your reality. That's not reminding you, and basically that's training your mind. So you watching things and listening to things like that is eventually your mind will solidify that. So you're not going to doubt, I'm creating everything. Oh no, and my frequency and my vibration, my thoughts, my emotions are seriously important, because this is what's attracting. That's how this thing works. And your beliefs. So if you're going to watch things that will constantly teach you and affirm those and everything else, it will become a belief to you. It will become a way of being. And then you're off. Then you'll find you'll get stronger and stronger and stronger, and you're like for away. And I think I channeled information about that last year, and I said, you'll see. I'll be long gone. Well, I'll be back in a different body, I'm sure. But I won't be in this one. I don't plan on it. But it will be, you'll see that'll happen. People will start living longer, and the ones that don't choose to take this path are going to live a lot shorter lives. And then the science are going to start wondering, why are these people living so old, not getting sick, and, whatever else, their consciousness. Those holding higher consciousness and energy and frequency, you'll see. That's it. And no, you don't have to run around, hugging, that's what I'm saying. It's another belief. You are only energy and consciousness. So if you think that can make me sick and this can affect me and that can do that, well, that is exactly what it will do. So I have now got to the stage where I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, if I eat that, I'm going to gain weight. And if I do that, I'm like, that's not serving me. Hey, no, okay. So let's not tell the body it can't eat this and it can only do that, or I'm going to be, because then it's going to happen, right? So now I'm practicing this myself. So instead of just doing it, practice it. People see. It's not like, oh, Willy, you've got to do it and then see what happens. And then you're like, okay, it changes, and you're going to say, no, that's it, I'm not doing it anymore. And you make a determined thing to change it, and then watch what happens. Proof is in the pudding, isn't it? You've got nothing to lose, and you can see, holy shit, actually that works. Wow, all right, yep. Start manifesting, start practicing, and you'll start seeing your things will change. But you really got to take that belief. You got to no, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying that anymore. I'm not choosing to believe that. Right. And train that mind. And that's why I say it depends on what you focus on. You focus on content like that, and you will go up. Because you're going to learn, and you're constantly reaffirming this knowledge. About your consciousness, about who you be. Who you be is non-human. None of this, but anyway. But you are, they call the Maya, it's dreaming, yeah. You're playing human. That's it. That's the only Maya that exists. It's actually this game. But when you exit the body, the game is over, and you go back home, and you're like, oh, wow, she was. And you're very happy with yourself. And then you're all itching to get back. That's going to blow. It won't blow your mind when you leave the body. When you're in a human thing, it'll blow your bloody mind if you haven't woken up enough and risen your consciousness enough to know what's going on. And you're still buying in all this nonsense and fear and everyone else's shadows. And it's projection, massive projection. They're all these beliefs and paranoias and levels of consciousness they're at. They're just telling you what they know. Because that's where they're sitting at. They don't know any better, so they're at their level of consciousness and believe everything's going to control over them and trap them and doing this to them and doing that to them. It's just your shadow. If you're at that frequency, you're going to resonate with that. When you clean up your shadow, you'll stop resonating with the rubbish and you'll move past it and you'll go, 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 go. And if you really seek it and ask, you'll be shown the truth. And you'll be like, holy shit, okay, wow. And then you'll be walking around like a Cheshire cat. No worries in the world. And you won't mind leaving the planet. You won't be frightened of leaving at all. Not at all. Because you'll know where you're going. And you'll be like, oh my gosh. And you also won't be in a hurry to leave. Either way, it's fine. You know why you're here. So you make the most of it. You live. You realize why you're here. And you're going to want to live. You're going to love life. Because you remember why you're here. You see, and Source is enjoying this, as you wouldn't be doing this. So you're doing it for Source. So you're honoring your existence. You're doing Source not a favor, because you are Source. I can't explain this. So yeah, you do your best you can while you're here. And you know that dying is fantastic, and there is no death, and you see it, and so you've been. It's great, it's wonderful. So you're not attached to leaving or staying. It's just, everything's just great. It's just perfect. And there we are. And it is. There's nothing to fear. Fear itself is the illusion when you're in the Maya. And it's other people's projections and paranoia and shadows that they're spreading all over. Some are manipulating. They are aware of the level. They know where humanity's consciousness is and the level they're at, so they're putting this nonsense out because they know they haven't risen above that, so they're going to bite into whatever story they're going to tell them. But they are aware, The Buddhas are aware of. You go and listen to those people that are enlightened, they'll tell you. There are levels of consciousness, and the ET realm, you go past that. That's also a bit of a trap. Don't get trapped in that whole realm. And they'll tell you. So there's different layers. And the ultimate layer is not down there. That ain't the truth. So yeah. It's interesting. Very. Yeah, I did say that the light, okay, if you're worrying about that, the light has won. I told people that 2 years ago. We know that. Everyone that's on this path knows the light wins. It takes time. At the moment, everyone's buying into the nonsense. See, the alternative media is spreading as much darkness as the mainstream. They're both. Because they're both spreading fear, control, victim consciousness, doom, gloom, drama, oh my gosh. Darkness, judgment, hate, anger. So there's a lot of it on the planet, yeah. There's a lot of it. Last year, it was very high. And they've managed to spread enough nonsense out there, to all this, and Matrix and Prison Planet, and I don't know what next rubbish they're trying to spread. Because they know what they're doing. So it's dragged a lot of people down, yeah. Yes, could be, don't know. I don't know. There's no such thing as time, you see, only in our little game here. There's no such thing as time. And we have more than one life. It's difficult to explain, yeah. We have more than one going at the same time as well. It's very strange. More than one game going on. So possibly, yeah, I actually asked my mom. It was her birthday on the 13th of... My mother died young. She died of cancer 2003. And I've long moved on. And I've done my healing and worked through all that anyway. So I don't have any issues with it. So I was chatting and I remembered nothing. And I get sad now because I know she's not, I know now that reality. So I don't get sad now when I think about her or anything, So I asked her. I was actually, hey, happy birthday, and I'm worried my phone's going to overheat, people. I just got to watch out because it does sometimes, and then I might freeze it. My phone it's getting warm, the battery gets hot, and then it cuts me off. Just hang on a second, I need to put the charger on. There we are. I actually asked her, because sometimes they say, depends, you see, it depends on your level of consciousness. People that believe your family wait for you, and then they come back, your consciousness, you see the main part of your energy stays on the other side. I think my Wi-Fi has gone off again. My Wi-Fi is coming and going, people, because I see my Wi-Fi is coming and going. I'm getting cut off. I don't know if you can hear me. Hi from Florida, hi. I'm not sure how much you can hear. Okay, you can, all right, because I see the Wi-Fi went off. It's, the weather's this strong CME in the planet. The wind's howling, the rain's hitting my window, it's weird. And the Wi-Fi is coming and going, it actually drops off. So, yes, I actually asked her, I just tapped in quickly, hi. And I just said, oh, are you on another, because I know how the game works now, once you get up there, I'm still seeking to go more, but then I probably won't stick around long. Doesn't matter, I won't, if I leave the planet. So yeah, if you go a little bit too high, you leave the planet. So basically, she said yes. I asked, yeah, is she, because I know, So she said, yeah, she is carnated back. She's back she died in 2003. She's running around back on the planet in another carnation, yeah. That energy. That individual energy, parts of energy, like how many cells that was my mother. Yeah, I was running around on the planet again, playing human. But you understand when you get to the level that we're all part of Source. We're just one soul, and their souls. There's no babies and young or old. Your soul, as a soul, there's no age. There's no gender. There's none of that nonsense. And you're Source. You're all on that same level of consciousness, and there's no you think like, oh, you're down here. No, that's only as a human game. When you go back, completely leave, and transcend your energy, it takes a few days, and you become one with Source again, which is longer than a near death. Near death, you don't experience that because you don't get to the other side. There's no coming. You won't be coming back or reminding anybody. But when you're on this, let's say the other side, you've transitioned completely. You are one with Source. You are the creator. So all knowledge is known, everything at the same time. Yeah. So you realize that. So when people come back, no matter even if they're in the baby's body or an adult or that soul is as powerful, as all-knowing, has access to source as you do. So no soul needs us rescuing and saving, because they're no weaker, more, they are chosen where they are, or they experience it, or playing it out, or working off their law of attraction, or whatever crap. See, that's all. Source is just experiencing it from a different aspect, that being is, it's a life trajectory or path they're going to work on, or they haven't chosen to raise yet. That's it. People think we all thought we were victims because we didn't realize we were creating our own shit. And what we give out and what we think and what we focus on, we didn't realize has such power. So you start doing this and start practicing. I don't know. They say that on the level. I don't know. Apparently, we do tend to carnate. Depends, you see, but it's also, everything's frequency and energy. All right? Yes, you will form bonds and soul families. I presume you carnated with people, you'll be drawn to them because you'll know you've shared lives with them, even on other planets. So whether you've got stuff to work, if you've still got stuff to work out with them, the karma and stuff, yes. If you haven't done all the clearing, forgiving, let and go, you'll be back with that family member. So that's why I say best to clean up and let go and forgive and heal and wish them well and give the energy back and sort it all out now. So you're not stuck back and having to come back and fight family fights and shit. Yes. Because if you're holding the same frequency, you choose a family that you're going to get that experience. Remember, so everything is frequency and vibration. So now if you've risen above that and those family members of yours haven't sorted out, they're holding enough, you're not going to connect back with them because you're on a different frequency and vibration. You see, this is what it's about. So if you're holding anger and shame and guilt, you're going to connect with family members or people, the parents, that are holding those frequencies. That's going to give you whatever experience you need to experience with. That's how it actually works. You know what I mean? We choose them according to the experience that we need to. And they might come in as a friend next time, or a family, or on the path. It depends. It can be all kinds of things. Yeah, who knows? So I don't... Good, yeah. Well, you don't. You say you can't say I don't want to come back. That's what I'm saying. Right, keep on your journey. Keep doing your healing, your working, and asking and meditating and praying. You'll get rid of that, and you won't have that I don't want to come back. Because if you can control, this is what you came here to do. Practice. You can control. You are creating this. You, nobody else. You're creating everything in your own life, everything you're seeing, your experiences. So if you start controlling it, that's what Abraham Hicks teaches people. You are in control. You are purposely, consciously manifesting. So you are choosing what you want. You are going to be very happy to come back because you can play. You can choose. You'll have pleasure. You came here to experience fun, enjoying it, you see. You see, you think that. The minute you get on the other side, you're like, oh, shit, I want to get back there. I mean, I was gung-ho. Serious action. I want to get in that action. No, that's it. It's not what you think. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be sore. That's gonna happen to me. Da, da, da. We draw shit to us. What we think, believe, fear, what we're holding, we draw it to us. This is it. No. What you learn now and raise, you come back with that. So not like before. You see, that's the old paradigm. The old earth, the old paradigm, the end of times that we just finished. Those times are ended. We were in that Kali Yoga. That's what you did. You came back and every life you had a time and you came back with a little bit more. What you learn now, you raise in your spiritual awareness, your awareness of Source, God, your spiritual thing, is what you'll come back with. What you learn now, you're going to retain that. So it wasn't like you're going to come in again and try and wake up again and oh my gosh, and start the whole, no. That's why I say, seek to raise your consciousness. And listen to Abraham Hicks and start learn how law of attraction works because it's energy vibration. And Abraham Hicks is the best to follow every video, every channel that shares their stuff. Listen, practice, take it on, be serious, be disciplined. And you will start controlling, your life will change, and then you won't be moaning so much. You'll start enjoying your life. You see? Yeah, it is. Start doing it. And our consciousness, no, our planet's changed. Look, the whole planet's changed, frequency and vibration. There's no going back, people. The planet shifted. Gaia started last year. She sent it out of that energy bubble. Scientists will tell you. Earth, and that's why they were worried, frightened. Earth was like in kind of like an energy dome, like a thing over Earth. That was a dimensional bubble kind of thing we were in. We've now gone up to fourth. People still talking about 3 dimension. We're in the 4th dimension already. The entire planet and everything on it moved up to 4D. See, we've gone into the 4th dimension. There's no going back again. So we are, and everything on it is raising its consciousness, frequency, and vibration. Now, that's what I had this whole thing. It came down, the downloads, it came to me last year about this. Those that'll leave the planet. And big changes. It'll say the ones that don't want to, that their life will not be sustained on the planet. They will start dying off or dying younger. They'll just start dying because their energy is not compatible with the planet. You can't survive on the planet. It's like, imagine, say this is a 9th dimensional frequency vibration, very high. And now you are 3rd dimensional energy, frequency, vibration, whatever. Do you think you're going to manage? No, totally different, not compatible energies. Your life, you're very connected to the planets, magnetic grid, everything. So if you're not, if it, that thing cannot exist. You see? So if people choose to rather hang on to this dark, dense energy and stuff like that, they're going to have more and more problems. Their bodies will shut down because it's not going to be compatible with Gaia. That's what I say. Science will start seeing. Some people they're going to see, like some groups of people are going to live a lot longer and others are going to start living a lot shorter. Consciousness. Your consciousness is going to determine your health, your lifespan, your everything. Seek to raise it instead of following gossip, what everyone else is telling you and this and that and who the bad guys are. That's all dark. That's all hate, judgment, fear, victim. Ooh. That's, manipulation, control, and fear, and shadow, and kinds of things like that. We're not going to change the earth unless we change ourselves. So we can chase it, we can point and complain as much as you want. It's going to stay on the planet even longer because you're focusing on it for one, you're holding it here. What you resist persists and gets bigger. And unless we start, the more of us raise our frequency of vibration, we affect all those around us, it pushes theirs up. That's how the planet, humanity's consciousness, we affect everyone's consciousness, the collective consciousness. So the more people are staying and following this crap and hating and blaming and this and that and they evil and they this and who's that and which hand, the slower it takes to raise the collective consciousness. They're moaning about people that are asleep. They're the ones that are just as much causing the problem, you see. Because that is not raising consciousness. That's hate, judgment, blame, victimhood, da-da-da-da-da-da. Shadow. That's all it is. That's not helping anything. What you see out there, you're having you. You're just holding it on the planet more. And within yourself too. So, yeah. We do it, everyone else will start popping off. So the more we raise, the more of us raise in frequency, vibration, consciousness, the more those around, we'll pull them up, literally pull them up, because we shift the balance on the planet. Like the Schumann resonance keeps going up, there we are. You see, we're shifting it, it's rising. But it takes us. The collective consciousness of the planet is affected by the humans. How many humans? What the collective consciousness, the level is. So we want to raise them, and these people they're moaning about, with Corfried, they have to raise. We got to hold as highest consciousness possible. Yes, and I told you. All existing at the same time at the moment, not for long there. They might be holding that in consciousness, yes. They just normally won't live that long anyway. But as it goes up and up, they will have much more problems staying, managing, and they're going to, as I say, I've talked about that before. Choice, yeah. They won't be coming back like that, so don't worry. Everyone's going to come in with a higher consciousness and a higher, because of the energies as well. So this will be their last lifetime on that frequency and vibration. Yeah, they will come in with higher ones, but they'll come in with the same shit they've got to learn. If they didn't learn or didn't forgive or didn't, they'll come back to repeat those games. So that hate, that blame, that ever, you will come back till you decide to take a higher perspective on something. You see? No. There's no other shift. We're going up. We are shifting. There's no instant thing like that. We are shifting. Earth started moving, then we've all now moved timelines. We're going up like this slowly. We can't all of a sudden, because there's so many different people holding different frequencies and vibrations. You see, there's a collective. And as a collective, it's doing this, up and down. We started going really high, then they managed to pull a lot of people down by, focusing on and pointing fingers and blame and shame and this and guilt and fear and anger, judgment, right, all kinds of nonsense. So yeah, they had a lot of people. Too many light workers are focused on the dark. That is dark. Dark stuff. On the dark. On people that are dark. Everything's fake. It's all darkness, basically. So we haven't really done any favors to anybody, but that's just lessons. See, there's no massive, we're going to keep on doing this. We're getting whacked. We've had increase in light and frequency and vibration all the time. And it's going to keep going up. Because there can't be one massive one. It's too much, for the vessel to manage. So that's why there's no one massive surge. We've had started last year. Frequency vibration going up, now May has been whoa, we had a big ramp up again. And then we will level off. And then it's coming, it'll keep coming, people. So it's not going to end. And then the next one will be more intense and higher frequency light and vibration. You see, because now we've risen enough to manage it. But I'm saying people that are dragging their backsides down in those lower things will not, their bodies are going to get more of a problem. They will say they'll die of this or illness and that, sickness and cancer, heart attack, da. That's it. They will start exiting the planet here. They will. That's all. As it gets higher and higher and more intense. If you're not moving with those energies, or you're choosing not to assimilate them, take them on, if you're choosing to hold on to dark, dense, anger, hate, who knows, whatever, it's going to be more and more difficult for the physical vessel and everything to, sustain you here. Really. But it's going to keep going up. I mean, the shift has started. It really was noticeable. It started really noticeably, I think, in 220, really. Oh, then it really went, we started going. But it started in 212 already, slowly. The energies have been shifting on the planet and consciousness, you can see. A lot of us had a huge life change. A lot of it was, if you look at a lot of people that were chosen to wake up, it was a life-changing experience in 212. Like your life, where you had a real shift or something happened or whatever. Changes in your life. Awakening of some sort. Or dark night of the soul, or the carpet was pulled up under your life, was totally changed or whatever. But it's going to keep coming up, people. So don't think this is May light surges and things coming in and it's going to stop. No. We've got 18 more years to go of this shift. So, the energy, planets, humans, and the consciousness, they're trying to keep your consciousness down. All media. The red pill movement, as much as the mainstream thing, is keeping your consciousness and your focus on the dark and then the negative and whatever nonsense they want. It's not much help, If it's not spreading uplifting stuff and help and stuff, if it's just spreading blame, division, hate, fear, that, them, this, that, it's basically telling you a victim. It's shadow too, it's projection and all that. Because there's only one. All beings come from source too. That's why it was pretty much told you throughout all scriptures and all things, even Jesus, judge not. Then you judge me, literally. You have to realize that everybody you look at is source. Source is in everything. And that's, takes practice to do that. But pretty much, that's a lower state of consciousness. It's just, it's not helping because we're spreading darkness and hate, division and nonsense, but they think they're not, but they still are. You see, because you're hating something, someone. They're just people. The more darkness you're shoving at them, it's not going to help them raise their consciousness and light. You need to be sending them light and things. We need to drag them out of the darkness. If you're moaning about them being in the darkness, you've got to be picking them up. And the only way you do that is by spreading your light, frequency, and vibration, raising yours, and not sending intentions. When you think about them, oh, I hate them, they're this, they're that, you are pushing so much more. And what you push out comes back to you. So if you wish bad upon people, ooh, don't do that. All media is doing it. Alternative media is no different. The Truth of Movement is no better. Pay attention to the energy, intentions, frequency. What is it selling? Judgment. Oh, so it's telling you you're a victim when they know very well you create your own reality completely. Science is basically telling you that too. Virtual reality. So why would they be telling you that? If they know how you can change it, they'll be telling everyone, right, focus on New Earth. Focus on this, free, there. They'd be telling people, not that, oh, there's some species controlling us and there's some this and rubbish. They'd be telling you to focus on that because the entire civilization would manifest that. Because it needs a collective to do it. So the collective would all be focusing on the perfect earth and happiness and this and that, and they would have it. They wouldn't be telling you to focus on someone's controlling you or anything, because that's what they're keeping in there then. Because if you think someone's controlling you and they've got control of the planet, well, that's exactly what you're manifesting. So you are imprisoning yourselves, and they know it very well. So that's what I say. It's as much as I want to say about that. I try to nicely tell people many times, be careful who you think are the good guys or what you follow, what you listen to. But if you are listening and have so much faith in people, you're making the same mistake then, you see. And if you create your own reality, so if you believe everything they fed you, you will see it. That's what people don't realize. You really are creating your own reality. You stop following and change your perception, what you think, you will stop seeing it and experiencing it. But if you listen to that and you believe it, you will experience that. Exactly what they tell you. And then you're going to say, because Source is going to, is that what you want? Okay, you're going to get it because you get what you want. So you will see those things and you will experience it, and then you're going to absolutely validate it. It'll make you believe it even more now because, oh no, I saw them and those beings are there and that's happening. I was one of them, so I can speak from experience. Absolutely. So what you believe, you get it. It becomes your reality. You will experience it. So you will think you want it as your truth. You've chosen it. It will be your truth, literally. And so anyway, what? No games. Those beings have chosen to experience that. They'll laugh when they leave their body, and they'll come back, and whatever they decide to play again next time. It's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I didn't get that one. All right, I had to learn discernment, maybe. Ooh, next time I come back and I won't be as trusting of social media or anything, black hat, white hat, any nonsense, any media. And I won't be following and watching pictures that are going to put ideas in my mind. Especially if it's got video footage. They're putting ideas and planting pictures and what they look, everything, feeding you the information too. So you will, okay, yep, that's it. I just stopped watching it because I saw a huge amount of paranoia, delusion, and darkness going on out there. All kinds of offsprings, and people are getting in some very, as I say, as much as the consciousness raises, because there's always, as you say, duality, opposite. So as much as the consciousness goes up, you're going to have the opposite. So you've got the opposite where there's like, as much light as there on the planet, there's going to be equal amount of people that are going to choose the dark, like, go down the opposite hole, like, choosing to believe it. They'll lose it, yeah. Spiritual psychosis, but people do because they warn you. That's why the Tibetans kept this information secret, and they didn't encourage people to do transcendental meditation. Everyone, Tom, Dick, and Harry, because if you've got too much unbalance in energies, or you haven't done healing or work, you can lose your shit. You literally will. If you start going into seeing the other side or the other world, you can lose it. Because no one's telling you, you're not being guided through it, you don't know what you're seeing, you start seeing all these dark things and you get attacks and all these nonsense, you won't handle it. It's not for, you got to know what you're doing. And some people are using that, yeah. Anyway, never mind. Yeah. Yeah. It's all fine. It's all part of the game. And it's only a game. It's just a game of playing human just for a short while, and then we all go back home and we all, hi, was that fun? Yes, gosh, come on, let's go and do that, let's go and do this. And you're back again. As much as you don't want to believe it, you're back again. All of you. And you'll just think this is so cool. And you'll understand why when you go back again, you'll remember like, oh, holy shit. I'm not even going to try and tell people. Because if you're not there, it won't resonate with you. Because you're not in that frequency and vibration. It'd be like me talking Chinese. You will not believe me. You've got to raise your consciousness and get there. See. Night. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure it's about 4 a.m. here. I should be going to sleep shortly. It's time to get up soon. I haven't even slept yet. Crazy. Yeah. So there we are, peeps. I don't even know does anyone know? I have a clue what time it is. Shit. I can't see because I've got my phone on. Let me look quickly. Excuse me for a second. Shit. I can't see because I've got my phone on. Let me look quickly. Excuse me for a second. 10 to 4. I thought so, yeah. It's 10 to 4 in the morning and I haven't gone to sleep yet. Well, that's hectic. All right. Oh, I've lost my connection. Yeah. I see I keep losing internet as well. You're very welcome. You are so welcome. It was my choice to try and guide people out of the darkness, really. I chose to do that. Absolute choice. And I see my internet keeps cutting off. So yeah, let me go. And I'm going to hopefully sleep in shortly. I just sleep late then. You're very, very welcome. Please, do things that are, because it's going to only serve your soul. Nothing of this other nonsense. Don't get misled. Do that. Okay, your energy, your spirit, your source, individual, fractal. Do everything that's going to teach you on this path. Not from light workers, but from people that I really know what they're talking about, teachers. About consciousness, about, the whole spiritual awakening. It's a tricky one because the old paradigm is, a lot of the beliefs are in the old earth. We've moved away from that. Bashar and Abraham Hicks are more on what's happening. This is the new paradigm, the new earth. Because we are on a higher level of consciousness, so we've got a higher level of information, of awareness now, for us to learn more. So now that's coming to earth, so we can, because we're ready for that. So we're on another level. So we've moved up. So those old spiritual teachings are not really relevant. That was for the old earth. You got to believe, you got to be like this, or you got to be. So the newer thing, where we're going, is you need to learn how things work. Is Bashar, what Bashar channels. Don't go and idolize the being, though. Just listen to the information. Just don't. All beings, there's a lot of beings coming into the planet trying to vie for human attention. Just listen to the information. Don't go, oh, the being. Don't focus on a being or think because you don't know. You're not that planet. So people just think, oh my gosh, it's being very naive and running off and believing it, But never mind anyway. That information, Bashar and Abraham Hicks, is very much the new epoch. The faster you learn that, the better off you're going to be. Okay. All right, lovely people. There are many out there. Many people out there. But I asked, when I chose to stay here, I jumped timeline, or I was gracefully, my stay on earth was extended. Let's put it this way. Yeah, my stay on earth was extended. I got my shit sorted out, so I didn't have to leave the planet. I raised my consciousness and my frequency vibration so I could jump to another parallel So I didn't have to die. Although I went through it, but it's difficult to explain. I explained it on YouTube. But I didn't die. How's that? Whatever. Just, anyway, that old version of me is on a lower timeline. So, but I wanted to stay and help people. I was worried about people through this. I thought people needed help still then because I was on that consciousness level. People don't need help. But I chose source. I was source to guide, whatever. For their highest and greatest good, whoever needs the information, And the videos will be there. And when they get to different levels, different frequencies, they will find that information. If they're meant to from me, if they're guided. Because it's frequency and resonance. So I see still people watching my old stuff because I was on a lower frequency and vibration. So as you go up, you will go through, because it's all it is, you're going to work your way through the videos and information because it's holding different frequencies that you are at as you go up, that's all. And that's why even me, I stopped following people. I was following people. I've moved many people I followed when I started. So I followed people that I was learning from, and then you move up, and now you learn what you need, and then you move on to something so now on a higher frequency, more information, You see, you'll see that. It affects everything in your life, the frequency and vibration, what you listen to, what you believe, how you feel, family, friends, boyfriends, jobs, who you follow. As you raise your consciousness, depending on what you're intending to do, some people don't, they get to a certain level and they stay there. Because they also believe that's it. Oh, well, this is only 5D and we're stopping here. This is linear, 1, 2, 3. We're multidimensional. There's no such thing as like this layer. There's 1 dimension and 2 dimensions and 3. It's multidimensional. There aren't layers. So you tap into many. People think, oh, no, I'm only on 4 and I'm on 5. You access them all, your source, you're on all. You can access them all. So a lot of people don't realize because they follow stuff, and there's a lot of it. There's so much mixed information. How many layers of consciousness? You'll find some people saying 3. Oh, there's 4. Oh, there's 7. How many chakras? Oh, there's 7. Oh, there's 12. Oh, there's this. You see? Don't choose a number or a thing, because that's what I made it before. Don't limit yourself by saying so many. All. Rather say all my chakras and meridians if you want to go. All the highest frequency, dimension, vibration. See, don't choose a number because it's coming from another human being that you assuming knows. And believe me, what's out there at the moment is like, wow. And it's also seem to be quite controlled. So I would be wary of that. Okay. Consciousness, levels of consciousness, but it's multidimensional. And it's not in layers. It's not like in 1, 2, 3. Like, you see, that's a human thing. When you start off, you think, okay, when you're conscious and you're raising, I'm going up. You think like you're leaving your body, you're going up like to heaven because you were taught this. So you've still got this belief that heaven's there. So you're going up, the first dimension, second, third. No, it's actually in. There's no out. You're not going out anywhere. It's weird. Yeah, it's so difficult to explain. Anyway. But as you go up, more and more awareness, knowledge, stuff comes to you. You see. So you remember or you're aware of more and more. You understand That's all. I can't explain it. But anyway. There's no such... Yeah, it's very interesting. You can see some really interesting things when you're doing your meditation and you don't want to play these games and play with ETs and all kinds of things. You stop that. If you just keep focusing on going with it, you will see your rise and rise and rise, and you will, wow, it's interesting. It gets more and more, it's like, wow, it's very interesting. And you realize it's more about you and your thoughts and emotions. It's very interesting. It's not all what we think as well. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Very, very interesting. If you seek enlightenment, seek to go up as high as possible. Seek because it's going to benefit you in this carnation, if you believe in, the carnational game, and all the others. So if any advice I can give anyone, seek the highest level of consciousness and awareness. That should be your only focus and goal. That's it. That's what should be driving you. That's what's going to serve you. Seek the highest level of consciousness, because now you have got, and it's now the energy is and source is absolutely supporting you. This time at the moment, first time on Earth's history, you can reach the highest level of consciousness. You can reach enlightenment like that. It's quicker than any other time in history on the planet. And so if you want to go there, go for it. Seek. Put all your divine, your desire, your attention, your manifestation, your wishes to seek the highest level of consciousness. That will serve you immensely. Big time. All right, lovely people. But if it's not your chosen path, you know, you won't be guided to do that either. It's fun. Where should you start? Seeking the knowledge. Ask to be guided. Seek the knowledge. Start working on it. Start doing the meditation. Start doing healing, regression, whatever you need to do. Seek it. Ask. Ask and you shall get, right? So you need to be specific. Think carefully about what you want. Sit and you ask Source, whether you're doing it in a prayer, a form of meditation, and just say, please. And if you intend and you keep at it and you try and you're making your effort, like sitting down, I did. I was blown away when I got answered. I was like, holy shite, okay. And then you realize, because you see, humans, we didn't think that you could interact with Source, the Creator God. No, because you were taught, no, you're just some lowly thing, you see. So you didn't think you'd actually be able to. But when you do, you're like, holy shit, it's a thing you're never going to forget, let me tell you. It's going to change your life forever when you realize that this is not a fantasy. And that you are absolutely loved and you're not punished and you're not hated and you're completely forgiven because you think you're going to be forgiven. All this, it's going to knock your socks off, people. And you realize what's out there, that's it. You realize that you're never alone, that you ask and that help is there and that love, that support, the protection, whatever, is there for you on this journey. But you need to ask for it and you need to mean it. And you'll see it. It's amazing, though. There's quite something. And you're like, wow. It's an incredible journey. Once you're shown also why things happen to you and whatever. See, whatever you seek, that information, and you really seek it, and you're focusing and you keep on, you intend, it will come. You will see why things happen to you if you're interested. Anything, you know. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's liberating. This is what it is. The humans, little beings, us, this game, now we've hit liberation. Yeah. Okay, beautiful people, it's about 4 a.m. I'm going to try and sleep. I see the wind is quieting down. It's not raining anymore. It sounds quiet. And my internet's still on. Whoopee. It's not bad. All right. Good night. Go well. Be at peace and just know that you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Your soul is not in danger, all right, at all, no matter what rubbish is going on out there. Absolutely impossible. And those that with the high, they know very well. Okay. You're not at any risk of your soul being anything happening to it. Unless you believe it. If you believe something terrible can happen and this is dark, believe me, as I said, you manifest it. Don't believe any. That's best not to follow that stuff, because if you start buying into it, you will experience that. Change your thing and you'll experience something better. Then you'll start realizing, oh, yes, I actually do. What I believe actually affects my existence and reality, what I see and experience. And it really does. All right. Bye.